My name is Brecka, and I'm an undergraduate student at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point. Thank you for coming to this poster, which is a methods poster for using light-level geolocation data to examine breeding behaviors of wood ducks in central Wisconsin. Light-level geolocators are archival data loggers used to analyze migratory patterns of birds when GPS devices are not ideal. However, geolocators can also provide alternative methods to examining breeding behaviors of nesting waterfowl. This is especially relevant for cavity nesting species like wood ducks. Relative light level differences during certain times of the year can indicate breeding events such as prospecting, egg laying, incubation, hatching, and brood rearing. Figure 1 shows a light level curve of a female wood duck caught in a decoy trap. The x-axis shows time in months, and the y-axis shows time of day. Dark parts of the graph indicate times when no light reached the geolocator, and each vertical sliver represents a single day recorded. Outlined in yellow is when she was laying her eggs, and outlined in blue is her incubation period. In later graphs, I will show you what this looks like on a finer scale. Birds were caught using swim-in or decoy traps or in nest boxes and were fitted with geolocator bands in central Wisconsin in the spring and summer of 2020 and 2021. After release, bands were recovered via hunter mortality or during recapture events. Once these bands were returned, data from the geolocators was downloaded to the Interproc software and manually examined. For the rest of these graphs, time will be on the x-axis and light level will be on the y-axis. This first one shows what we call background. This is normal activity pre and post nesting. We see light levels increase from sunrise to midday, then steadily decrease until sunset. There is some subjectivity for categorizing and quantifying these events, which is why we developed these criteria. The first of our breeding events is prospecting. This is when a hen attempts to find adequate nesting sites by going in and out of nest cavities. The events associated with prospecting behavior were recorded 15 to 20 days prior to the first egg being laid. The criteria for a prospecting event is a light level reading of below 100 for more than 10 minutes. Once she finds a place to nest, she begins to lay her eggs. The hen will enter a cavity and lay an egg daily, usually in the morning. The criteria for an egg-laying event is complete darkness for about 30 to 60 minutes. Once she lays all her eggs, we see a dramatic change in the amount of light that reaches the geolocator. This is when she starts incubating, which is a prolonged time spent in the nest cavity. There will be darkness for about 8 to 12 hours a day, but you may notice that there are spikes of light during the morning and evening. These are her nest breaks when she goes out to obtain resources to maintain her body condition throughout her breeding period. These events need to be greater than 25 minutes to be considered a nest break. After about 30 days, her eggs will hatch and the hen will start to raise her young. We can actually see when eggs hatch because there will be a disturbance toward the end of incubation and she will not return to her nest cavity. While geolocators are primarily designed for tracking migration patterns, there is application for remotely monitoring the success and productivity of breeding waterfowl. Many behaviors can be detected and quantified for further analysis, and relationships between environmental and morphometric factors and the duration or frequency of certain behaviors can also be analyzed. Results from examining these relationships could lead to implications for future management of wood ducks throughout their range.